As we grow older, our hair can sometimes become a problem. It gets thinner, it gets a little bit more unruly. It just doesn't work like it used to when we were young. Today, I'm going to show you all the steps that I have learned that help me take my hair from this to this. Welcome in, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything beauty, fitness, and lifestyle for the over 50 and over 60 woman. I'm gonna be 69 in like a couple of weeks. Wow, I am so excited about my 70s. I feel like that's just gonna be such a fun decade. So I hope you'll join me for that one. If you're new here, welcome in. I hope you'll consider subscribing while you're here and make sure you click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you want all the good stuff, you might want to sign up for my Sunday morning email newsletter. The link is in the description box down below. Every Sunday morning, I send out a very short, very sweet, very popular email newsletter featuring all the cool things I found throughout the week, whether it's a good recipe or a great sale or a piece of information that I think is important. That's what goes in the Sunday morning email newsletter. It is far and away the most popular thing about my channel, and there are lots and lots of us there on Sunday morning. We grab our coffee, read the Sunday morning email newsletter, watch the Sunday morning video. It's a whole thing. Super easy to sign up. You just click the link in the description box down below. Super free, super fun. I think you're going to love it. Now that I'm in my late 60s, I have finally found a hair routine that really works. I don't know why it took me decades to do it, but here we are. I do my hair, in other words, what you're going to see in this video today from start to finish, I do this every 5 to 6 days, sometimes 7 days, but the 7th day is a hat day. Like if I'm going hiking or something, I'll just stick a hat on and that's, where we're at for the day. I literally don't touch my hair hardly at all during the time in between, and it's been such a time saver for me. And I think personally that my hair is looking better than ever. So I'm going to walk you through the entire process today. Hopefully you'll find something that's useful and helpful in your own hair journey. First thing I want to say is get one of these hair towels. I resisted it for so long because, believe it or not, I'm just not a stuff person. I'm not like, I don't get thrills out of shopping. Some people do, that's great. Not me. I just don't like to buy a lot of stuff. But once I got one of these, I was like, oh my gosh, where have you been all my life? I always thought I'll just stick a towel on my head, that'll work fine. Well, guess what? The towel gets lumpy, it falls over, it's just a hassle. These are so doggone handy. They are so cheap, and I think you get 2 in a pack, so it's really worth it. Where I start with my hair routine is with really quality volumizing shampoo. I cannot stress the importance of a good volume shampoo, particularly if your hair is thinning, and that's what happens to a lot of us as we grow older. My hair personally, is not thinning. It is actually a little bit thicker than it was, but I had hair that you literally could put in something that big around. It was so thin and just lifeless. I think why my hair is not thinning is because I use a red light every morning. And that ATP generated from the red light really helps with hair growth. That's why you see those hair growth caps that are red light. Well, you can just sit in front of a red light, do your face, your body, and your hair is going to get the benefit as well. So I think that's why my hair is not thinning. It is a little bit thicker than it was when I was younger, but it still doesn't have a whole lot of body, which is why I absolutely use a volumizing shampoo. I use this line from Haielle. I love it. I love it so much. It is free of all the icky stuff you don't want, parabens, phthalates, all that stuff that you don't want seeping into your scalp and then into your body. It is a wonderful shampoo, and my hair looks fabulous as a result of this. Now, when you're using these products from Haielle, if you end up wanting to try them, keep in mind they are very concentrated. Haielle, the gentleman who founded and runs Haielle, he's a wonderful man. he does not put a whole lot of fillers or water in his product. So when you use particularly the shampoo, just put the smallest amount, less than a quarter size. Put a little bit of water in your hand and emulsify it in your hand. So you're going to get it all worked in with the water because there's not a lot of water in the formula. Once you have that on your hands, what you want to do is you want to concentrate on your scalp area. Not so much down towards the end of the hair shaft. You want to concentrate it in the scalp where the oils and the products and the dirt is going to collect. So I do 2 rounds of shampoo, small amount of shampoo, water, emulsify it, and then I really hit those roots, and then I work that down the hair shaft towards the end of that go round of shampoo. It's wonderful. It makes a huge difference in the volume in your hair, but the kicker is going to be the volumizing conditioner. If you use this volumizer and you leave it on your hair for a couple of minutes when you're in the shower, my guess is you're going to have Farrah Fawcett locks. It is so wonderful and really does create a lot of volume. Now, how I use this is I put maybe a little more than a dime size in my hand, water on my hand, just a little bit, rub it together, and then I put that on halfway down my hair shaft to the ends of my hair. In other words, I don't want to concentrate it on my scalp area. I want to concentrate it on the length of hair that's been on the planet for a while. And then I'll go back in towards the end of the 2 minutes if I'm going to let it stay on for 2 minutes, and I'll work it around the entire head and then rinse my hair. Talk, ladies, it's time to pull out the red sweaters. The holidays are upon us. And with Christmas comes all the gift-giving opportunities. And how about this year, if we leave aside that old fruit basket, that funky collection of socks from Amazon, and pick something unique, creative, handcrafted, and special. I'd like to invite you to stop by StudioKimberly.com for your upcoming gift-giving needs. Be the special gift giver this year with a wonderful selection of creative, unique, and special gift items. During the month of November, you can enjoy an additional 30% off anything on the site, so that makes your gift giving all the more fun. From vintage items to gorgeous jewelry to collectible pieces to handcrafted studio pottery, I strive to find the wonderful, unique treasures that we all love to see. So make your gift giving special this year. Leave that fruit basket aside and give a gift that will make memories. Stop by StudioKimberly.com. Can't wait to see you there. You have highlights like I do. I have light brown hair now. I put in highlights. My hair can really turn very brassy. I don't like that at all. I use a purple shampoo to knock out that brassiness. This will turn your highlights more white if they're tending towards that gold or yellowish or brassy. I have used a couple of purple shampoos. I'll list both of them as well as everything else that I'm talking about today in the description box. The 2 that I have tried, I like them both. One I think is a little bit more expensive than the other. I'll have them both listed down below. I put this on before my conditioner and after I have shampooed twice with the Haielle volume shampoo. And what I'll do is I'll put a generous amount in my hand, probably almost maybe half a tablespoon. And I'll work it together in my hands. It's actually purple, but it's not going to stain your shower or anything like that. It really does come out. So I'll work it around in my hands and then I'll work that all over my head. This is a real sudsing product, so you don't have any trouble working that into all the hair shaft around your head. And then I'll leave it on my hair depending on how brassy I feel like my hair has gotten. I'll leave it on anywhere from a minute to maybe 3 or 4 minutes depending on how much I think I need. Once I have shampooed my hair twice with the Haielle and then once with the purple shampoo, I use the volumizing conditioner, leave that on, do the rest of my shower, rinse my hair off, get out of the shower, wrap it in a towel, because then I can do my skincare, maybe go refresh my coffee, and get ready for the styling. My skincare has now had time to absorb into my skin a little bit. I always do my skincare and then go like empty the dishwasher or something to kind of let everything settle in before I take my hair down out of the towel. I don't put anything on my hair before I put the towel on. I just leave it. The two products that I use for styling, one is a volume styling spray and the other is a leave-in conditioner, and I like them both. Sometimes I don't use the volume styling spray if I don't know, sometimes I feel like I need it more than others if it's really humid. I always use the leave-in conditioner. So with the volumizing spray, I do want to focus on the root area of my hair. So I'll kind of separate my hair out and part it out and make sure that that spray gets down in the roots. And then I'll just do a light misting around the rest of the hair shaft. Then I go in with the leave-in conditioner. I love this stuff. This kind of just gives you that silky, shiny look for the hair. So once I have this in, I want to make sure that I work it all around the hair shaft. It's going to get absorbed in as you're drying your hair, but I always like to give it a little bit of a head start. Blow drying my hair is more time consuming now than it used to be, but I only do it like maybe once a week, once every 5 or 6 days. So I'm willing to spend the time to really do it right if I just can leave my hair alone for the rest of the journey. Now, as you can see, I have a stool back here. I purchased this, I actually thrifted it. I think it was like $18 or $20 or something. So I can sit down in the bathroom, because I find if I'm sitting down, I'm going to slow down, do smaller sections, and take the time I need to really blow dry my hair right. So for me, it was worth it to get a little something to sit on. This particular hair dryer, I actually love it. I will have it listed down below. I believe it's called the T3. I love it because it has the round brush up here, but also you can remove that, rough dry your hair with just this part of the hair dryer, or you can use the flat, and I use all three, and I'm going to show you that right now. So the first thing I'm going to do is rough dry my hair, and one of the things I want to focus on is lifting my hair at the roots, lifting it up, because that's going to help me get more volume. Now that my hair is a long ways towards being dry, I'm going to go ahead and use the flat brush, because I want to create that real shine and smoothness to the hair shaft. And this is going to help. It's that brushing the hair. Remember, like a long time ago, women would sit there and brush their hair 1,000 strokes. That's why, because that's what gives it that shine and that really smooth hair shaft. And this just goes on super easy, clicks on. And what I'm going to do, and you'll see it, is I'm going to use my head as a giant roller. And I'm going to just move my hair back and forth over the giant roller that is in my head in order to create, again, more volume and really smooth out that hair shaft. So I've removed that flat brush. Now I'm just going to click on the round brush. This is so easy. I love the fact that it just works really well. And I want you to take a look at how much volume I have in my hair already, even before I've done the volumizing blow drying. It's just, oh gosh, it's wonderful. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take these large clips. I just got these off of Amazon. And I'm going to section my hair out into 4 sections. I have found for my hairstyle, the smaller the sections, the better the result. The problem is always me because I want to, hurry up and get it done. So sometimes I'll take shortcuts, and it never looks quite as good when I do that as when I take the time. So the first section I'm going to do right here is sort of the front part of my hair, what we would probably call the bang area. So I'm just going to take that, I'm going to twist it around, and I'm going to just clip it into place. This is not a cute look, but it's a look that's very useful. And then I'm going to go down another section. This is kind of the middle part before I get to the back crown of my hair. This one's a little thick. I'm going to make that a little thinner. Again, I'm going to twist it, and then I'm going to clip it down. And then the crown of my hair about halfway down. Same thing, I'm going to twist it and then clip it down. This is going to keep all those sections out of the way so I can just really focus on the area that I'm working in. And then I'm just going to start with my round brush, really rotating the brush, pulling gently on the hair shaft. That's going to set that curl or that bend and really smooth that hair shaft even more. So I want you to take a look at the bend and the volume in my hair all the way around on this lower section. Pretty amazing, right? So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my head using exactly the same technique. I'm going to work section by section. So next I'm going to take down this section, and I generally work on half of it, pin the other half up, work on this half, and then let this one out and work on that half. So I want you to take a look at my hair now, at how much bounce, how much volume, and how much shine you get from doing this process. So I have let my hair cool down for about a minute or two. I want to show you what I'm going to do next. It's going to make you crazy, but I'll tell you the results are amazing. I'm going to take the upper half of my hair. So there's the back. So about halfway down the back. And all of this in the front. And I'm going to take this claw clip and I'm going to clip this up. This is when I go do my makeup and brush my teeth and all that stuff. I'll be right back. Once my hair goes up in the clip, after I have styled it, blow dried it, that whole thing, that's when I go and do my makeup. And you're probably wondering, why on earth did you do that right after you ended up blow drying your hair? And let me show you this. This is kind of amazing. So I have this little clip right here, and I wear this a lot, particularly if I'm just around the house doing nothing, doing household stuff. And I often sleep with this in my hair because watch what happens when I take this down. Look at that lift and volume that it creates. And I want to tell you, I did not come up with this. One of you guys did. It was in a comment of one of my videos, and I tried it. I've been doing it ever since. It's just a regular claw clip that you can get anywhere, off of Amazon or at the drugstore. And what it does is it really creates a lot of volume, and you're going to see that the amount of styling I have to do right now is so minimal, and this is really going to hold me for almost a week. So it's such a time saver when you can do the styling really right in the beginning. All I'm going to do now is take a pick and just sort of fluff my hair up. Now I'm going to take the middle area and hold that up right here. You can see it right here. And I'm just going to gently back comb it with that pick. And I'm going to go along the sides as well. And then I'm going to take my NIRA 25. I've been using this for decades now. I love it. It's just the best. And I'm just going to hit those areas that I back comb just really, really quickly. I don't want a whole lot of product there. And then I'm going to keep that hair up for just, maybe 20, 30 seconds because I want that hairspray to dry down. And that's going to help really keep the lift on my hair for the rest of the day. So now I'm just going to take my pick again and gently go through my hair. Just laying it down. And there we have it. You can see once the blow drying is done, once we have the lift with the clip, it takes just a matter of a few seconds to style the rest of the hairdo. So here's what we have. And can you believe the difference from here to where we started? Those are my best tips that I have learned over the decades for styling more mature hair. We have some challenges as we grow older. Our hair gets a little thinner, maybe it gets a little less lively, but with the right preparation, the right products, and the right tips, you can do this too. Well, I hope you found this video fun, useful, and helpful. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. You guys know it just tickles me when you take a few minutes out of your day to spend it with me. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Again, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything beauty, fitness, and lifestyle for the over 50 woman. Make it a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.